this is Nick. This is a video you've seen from me before. This is an update on the alliance programs we have with Pearson and where we are at TP2 after census date. So 461 enrolments in TP2, the vast majority of which are in the MBA, as we know, and fairly low growth when we compare to TP1 of last year. And you can perhaps a slightly seasonal effect in terms of that low growth, but I think that low growth is pointing to us reaching our levels in the market. If we then look at non-live students, this is something that's formed part of my worries and concerns over the last year, if not more. We're still seeing a high rate of for online. 43% of all students are not studying non-live in some way, shape or form. In 2016 it was 39% online relative to 18% on campus, so double the rate of inactive students. And as you look down here, these yellows give you an indication of 42% for the MBA, 50% for finance, 51% for financial planning, 53% for marketing, and 40% for global law, so different rates of inactivity. And this is a big challenge, I think, for the Alliance, is what can we do about these inactive rates? And can we keep students studying? We know the intensity of the programs and the intensity of study will drive students perhaps to drop more quickly, because they find they don't like it. But what can we do to keep students studying? Where do we get them from? That efficiency and effectiveness in managing the student base is something working hard with Pearson's on. That efficiency and effectiveness of the student life cycle also comes in these figures here, which are showing us how many students we've had in total through the different programs, how many are currently studying or live, if you like, and then how many are non-live, and then how many have we lost in total, and how many have completed their program. And the interesting thing here is that when you look at the non-live, i.e. students not studying with us, and our analysis has shown in the past that 80% of students who aren't studying with us will leave the program, and you look at the ones that left the program, you've got two figures there which actually show that 381 and 401, which indicate that we're likely to have more people have left this program or are not studying the series of programs we offer than have ever studied or completed the programs. That kind of churn rate on students is a concern. We move on now, and what else do we see? Well, we're seeing still high drop rates in the courses, so this is between the start of the course and census date of the course. And we're seeing those high drop rates, about 18% overall. It was 27% in 2015, 19% in 2016. So that again may be to be expected because of the intensity of the courses, but I think it still points to what are we doing with these students, where are we getting them from, can we do anything different? Particularly because one of the things we can do with all these students is we can offer them 12-week equivalents in most of the programs, apart from global law, and that slower speed of study in our blended programs may suit a lot of students. But we haven't seen significant numbers of students who have come through the lead or the Pearson funnel transferring over to the 12-week, and that makes me think again what opportunities we're missing, because for me it's that notion of somebody walks onto our lead channel, if you like. They go through the pain of applying and the like, and yet still they leave our program. Something's going wrong there. To go through that whole process of becoming a student with us, if we can't keep them using or studying with us, we're missing a trick. In terms of a couple of other things, grad cert to masters, again pointing to issues that we know about managing the student life cycle. 36% of all the students who graduate certificate students on the MBA completed it, and of those 82% actually went on and did the masters. And you can see similar figures there down through for the relevant programs that we have on the AO platform. Overall, 34% of students who come into a grad cert actually complete it, and I've averaged 71% articulate into the masters. one of the things I think is, what can we do about that grad cert entry point to avoid that articulation, both in terms of administrative but also unnecessary decision points for students. And then the other thing here is just how that compares to on campus, and you can see lower on campus gives higher completion rates but slightly lower conversion rates in terms of articulation from the grad cert to the masters. In terms of how long does it take a student to do the grad cert, the 4 courses, well, we're seeing a range of 5.1 to 5.8, so that's the speed and intensity. Students are saying we need a break. No surprises there. And then in terms of last thing I want to just flash in front of you is really this. This is lead channel analysis, so this tells us where the leads come from, which convert, and what that might look like in terms of roughly enrolls. And what we know here is that 76% of our leads, most of our leads actually come from paid search. 8% in business come from LinkedIn, none from Facebook. SEO, organic search, is where we don't have any paid advertising. It's just general search results like for online MBA or Griffith MBA. 1% come from the Griffith website, our own website. 2% come from students directly applying, 2% from grad cert matriculations, and 2% inbound calls. And what we see then is these conversion rates. In terms of really high conversion rates for people that come straight to our website or organically search or have applied direct. Now, no surprise there, they know Griffith. Of course, we'd expect higher conversions, but much lower conversions for paid search. Again, no surprise, you're fishing in the open market there. And I think one of the key things for us is to understand, when we look at the churn rates that I've talked about, the inactivity rates that I've talked about, is where are those students coming from? Are they coming from these kind of lead channels, or are they coming from this paid search, low conversion type of lead channel? And what does that tell us about how we do effective marketing and efficient and effective management of the student through the journey with us? Hope that helps.